What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadski and I am back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And in today's video, guys, we're going to be playing through the 30 stamina version of the Whitebeard Pirates Fortnite Part 2. Previously, we just had the Whitebeard Part 1 Fortnite, so it's kind of crazy that straight away we're getting Part 2, considering there was a little bit of a break in the Japan timeline before they got Part 2. But the team that we're going to be running is a Taonami and Rayleigh team. If you guys have Rayleigh yourselves, double Rayleigh would be the most optimal team to run. However, I don't really have a Rayleigh, so I'm going to be using a friend Rayleigh along with a whole bunch of int units, because there is a restriction for this Fortnite that does state you can only bring int characters, including your friend captain. So you are really limited to what you can bring. So, you know, double Rayleigh with a whole bunch of really powerful int units is just going to be just fine in order to beat this Fortnite. So, anyways, let's go straight through it. First room here is pretty simple. There is a preemptive sort of like little speech bubble by that pirate mob there, which actually does give you an extra turn of stall. So if you have like level 1 cooldown sockets, then you get literally like an extra turn added onto that. So it's really, really useful. Second room here, we just got a whole bunch of mobs, including some turtles. And yeah, but basically there's not much really else to say about this Fortnite until we get to the last 3 stages. But the actual skill books that you can get in this Fortnite are really, really good. So the skill books that you can get are Monet, which is a really, really powerful conditional booster. You can also get Caesar as well. Caesar is a driven booster, a 1.75 times driven booster for 2 turns. Really, really powerful. And Strongword Frankie books. Those are the most notable ones, I believe. And I think Sengoku books are in here as well. So a whole bunch of really, really good skill books. But we actually run into the hidden boss Thatch here, which he does the exact same thing that he did in the previous Fortnite, where he makes yellow orbs appear more often for your crew. So if you have Taonami, that is the most optimal unit to bring for this Fortnite, because if you do end up running into Thatch, he's going to increase the chances of yellow orbs appearing. So if you do have your what do you call it, Taonami, you can go ahead and change those orbs into positive orbs, which is really, really nice. So anyway, we're going to continue on here, as I said again, mainly just mob stages, nothing really too out of the ordinary until we reach stage 6, 7, and 8. So stage 6, we have this mob Namul, who will go ahead and apply a shield or a barrier that has a 2 great prerequisite on it. So you have to hit 2 greats before you can start dealing damage to him. So he actually doesn't have that much health, especially if you're running a full int team. You're not going to have too many issues with it if you just make sure you're hitting your perfects, of course, and boom, doing lots and lots of damage there. And yeah, so you know, you have to hit 2 greats, and then you'll have no issues with dealing damage. And then after you beat Namul, you'll move on to stage 7, which has Blamenko. Now, Blamenko is kind of different, introducing a new sort of mechanic. I don't know if we've had it previously, but he'll actually change his own color. So he is actually a green unit. However, in this dungeon, he becomes a yellow unit, and he also despairs your crew for 2 turns. So highly recommend to have level 2 anti-despair. Or if you guys have Whitey Bay, you can run Whitey Bay on a team, because she'll actually reduce bind and despair durations by 2 turns, I believe. So that is really, really nice if you have Whitey Bay, to go ahead and bring her along. Luckily, we had some good matching orbs there, so not too many issues with that. But now we'll go ahead. Actually, now that I think about it, I think Thatch is actually decreasing, isn't he? Lower the chance of landing on a yellow orb. So I actually didn't even realize that till now. I was kind of realizing that we weren't getting many yellow orbs. So that's actually awesome. Didn't even realize that. We're actually not going to get that many Psy orbs at all. So that is really, really nice. But we're going to go ahead and delay the whole enemy side here with our Mr. 3. And you see Izo also implements a specific sort of debuff where it's the lock buff, locks on the target, and prevents user from choosing another. So you have to kill off Izo before you can actually kill off any of the other mobs. If you have the 1000 Sunny special, which we're going to be getting next turn, you can go ahead and use that. It doesn't kill off every mob, but it does deal a lot of damage to them. But we'll go ahead and see how much damage we can deal to Izo in this first turn here. Izo doesn't actually have that much HP. We're actually going to end up killing him off. So how much damage was that? See, he has less than 500,000, which is really, really nice. We actually got quite a few Psy orbs there, so we'll go ahead and use that. Use the 1000 Sunny special, knocks down a lot of their health. And now we're going to have a field day in just clearing out the rest of these mobs, and that is going to conclude this video. So now that we've concluded this, we'll go ahead and have a look at all the units that are in this dungeon. Obviously, Thatch, you guys have seen it from the previous Fortnite that came out, but for Izo, Blamenko, and Namul, we're going to go ahead and overview them and just see how they are in total. And I'll tell you guys whether it's worth trying to max their specials or not, or to try and use them for sockets for their other rare recruit counterparts. So let's go ahead and check out these units real quick. So here we have Namule. So he doubles fighter and powerhouse characters' attack and drastically reduces recovery. Not a really good captain ability. And his special does 800 damage to one enemy and boosts characters' attack by 1.75. That is actually a pretty good special. Fixed damage is always like a really useful special. And because it starts at 16 turns, I would imagine it would go down to under 10 turns perhaps. So that is actually a really good special. Highly recommend to max him out before maxing out his rare recruit form, in my opinion. Next we have Izo. So what does Izo do? Boosts Sight and Dex characters' attack by 1.75 times and recovery by 1.2 times. Not a good captain ability, but his special ability changes all slots to Sight or Dex, which is actually pretty good, and deals random side damage to all enemies. So honestly, in my personal opinion, I think that this guy has a really good special. Izo's got a good special. The thing is, it's such a high cooldown. I believe it maxes at 17 turns. Being such a high cooldown means that you're not going to be using it that often, in my opinion. I just don't think that a special like this should have such a high cooldown. Honestly, I would probably go ahead and use this guy for rare recruit sockets, in my personal opinion. But if you have time, you know, at the end of the fortnight, definitely try ahead and max this guy out, because it actually is a pretty good special, but just a really high cooldown. Now, we have Blamenko, boosts Dex and Strength characters attack by 1.75 and recovery by 1.2. Not a good captain ability. Changes character slot to Dex and other slots randomly. So, I guess that's okay. It's a low cooldown, I guess, which is actually pretty decent. He's a striker and a free spirit unit. So, overall, not a bad unit. I think I'll probably max him out before the rare recruit version, honestly. That's not a bad special. But overall, not a bad Fortnite whatsoever, considering, you know, the skill books. As you can see, they're really good skill books. But anyways, we're going to end it off here, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys did, make sure to smack the like button down below. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I will see you guys within the next video.